All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers in today's video, folks. I don't know what it became. Russell Wilson, like 2 years ago, had a horrible season with Nathaniel Hackett and the Denver Broncos in his first season being traded to them, right? This past year, Russell Wilson and Sean Payton team up. They hire Sean Payton for their new head coach. And Russ has a phenomenal statistical season. He throws for over 25 touchdowns. He throws for less than 10 interceptions. He's still a little bit mobile. But the Broncos' offense in general just wasn't very good. Jerry Jeudy never really came into his self up until this point in the NFL. Tim Patrick, it feels like the dude tears his ACL every year, and it just absolutely sucks. They haven't had a tight end in I don't even really know how long. And they're like the Broncos just dealt with a lot of dysfunctions, right? But Russ still has this good season. And so Russell Wilson comes to Pittsburgh, and it's like he's like a make-a-wish dude. And people are like, oh yeah, I wonder if he can do well. It'd be cool if he did. I literally just saw some excerpt yesterday saying, wouldn't it be crazy if Russ in Pittsburgh succeed? And I'm like, dude, what are we talking about? It's not that bad. So here's the Pittsburgh Steelers under Matt Canada. All right. I saw this tweet from Ross McCorkey, and I just want to set the tone for the video. All right. Via Sharp Football's 2024 preview book, Matt Canada's reign: 29th in yards per play, 29th in designed pass rate, 30th in third down avoidance, second most total third down attempts. Jeez. 28th in total offensive points scored, 28th in points/minutes of possession, 32nd, aka dead last in explosive play rate. This will all make sense in just 1 minute. But before we get into it, if you guys enjoy it, hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content along with a bunch of Steelers videos. We're like 2 weeks away from the Steelers training camp, so we are about to be throwing these up almost every single day. So thank you guys for all the support, all the love on this channel. I'm about to go on a trip here for the weekend, and I wanted to, pre-record some videos because I wasn't sure how much time I was going to have. And I don't think we finished the intro. If we could try and get this video 250 likes, that would mean the world to me. Anyways, I was going through just storylines in the NFL, and I saw this bold prediction that the Steelers are going to trade for Courtland Sutton. And I'm looking into it a little bit, and I'm like, I just don't really think Pittsburgh. I don't really think Courtland Sutton's is the dude. Now, because it's the middle of the offseason, and I'm going on a trip, I'm probably still going to make this video. So I just want to warn you guys. But I saw another headliner, and this was from Mina Kimes. Steelers offense has recipe to be really annoying for defenses under Arthur Smith. And I'll get to that in 1 second. I know this video is kind of all over the place. I saw a tweet from Steelers Depot. Bear with me for another minute, folks. Cam Hayward revealed his message to Russell Wilson before he signed with the Steelers on the Up and Adams show. I was out at a conference in Arizona, and then I came back to my room, and me and Russ just talked for about 2 hours. We talked ball. I know he was having conversations with the Steelers. The main thing I told him was this: just isn't the place for glitz and glamour. Sorry, this tweet's hard to read. It's not LA. It's not Atlanta. This is the place where gladiators come, and we're going to compete every day. Just hearing from him, he was receptive to that. And I'm not going at Cam Hayward here because, that was a perfectly fine quote. But, there's just this narrative across NFL media that Russ is the Steelers are giving Russell Wilson this, make-a-wish tour, this, goodbye tour. And I don't get it in any way, shape, or form. So the whole point I'm trying to get at here was the wide receiver room and Arthur Smith's offense. And we talked about this actually a couple of days ago. And then I just heard George Pickens say this yesterday on the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. I pull all-nighters just thinking about football. And then I see the report that the Steelers offense has the recipe really annoying for defenses. And it just puts everything into perspective because Arthur Smith's gonna run the crap out of the football. He's gonna run the crap out of the football. And that's what Denver and Russ excelled at last season. If you guys remember, there was a point in time where they were taking down the Bills on primetime television. The Denver, I don't have the actual statistics or the record or the schedule or whatever, which I should have, but there was a point of 4 to 6 weeks in the middle of the season where Denver was just really they were taking down playoff teams. They were taking out really good teams. And a lot of it was primetime. And it just has me thinking, when you were watching the Broncos last season, Russ has probably 3 big plays a game. But he did not turn the ball over last year. He did not make mistakes. And so I'm thinking with Najee Harris, the 1,000-yard rusher, which, to me is an underwhelming statistic. 1,000-yard rusher, like just 1,000 rushing yards. Like, all right, there's room for improvement. And then we ran through the numbers in our last video. There was one rusher last year in the NFL over 1,200 yards, and his name was Christian McCaffrey. There were only like 10 dudes last season who cleared 1,000 rushing yards, and it just kind of blew me away. And so then we think about it, and I'm like, all right, I have Najee Harris, I have Jalen Warren, now I have freaking Justin Fields, I've got guys like Calvin Austin, I've got Cordell Patterson. There's a lot of speed, there's a lot of versatility in the running back room, or guys who can contribute in the running back room. And if you're running the football and you're playing smash mouth football, and now you've got freaking bruisers, Zach Frazier as my new starting center, Troy Fautanu, Broderick Jones, like the offensive line's been completely revamped in the last 2 seasons. They're going to bruise dudes. I don't care how young they are. They're going to bruise. They're going to run the football up other teams' throats in a normal way, in a non-sexual way. And so then I saw another tweet from Steelers Depot. Definitely the guy. Pat Freiermuth might be Steelers' saving grace amid wide receiver 2 concerns. So like I said, my point of making this video initially was I was going to talk about Courtland Sutton and just the idea, once again, for like the 80th time this offseason, I'm getting a wide receiver to Pittsburgh. And we kind of came across this idea in our last video saying that, you know, they don't really need one because they drafted Romo Wilson. And George Pickens is a top 10 wide receiver in the NFL. And now I've got a new rookie wide receiver in Roman. And I've still got Pat Freiermuth. And I've got all these weapons in the running back room. And if somebody named Van Jefferson, Quez Watkins, Calvin Austin, or Scotty Miller can just give me like 400 freaking receiving yards, they should be fine, right? If Roman's going to give me like 600 to 800 yards. And then I saw this excerpt. This is from the Athletics' Mark Kleboli. That was from where I said Pat Freiermuth's the guy. This is his exact quote. Right now, he is definitely the guy. I mean, he had an instant connection with Russell Wilson and OTA's training camp. I think he went out to San Diego and threw with him a little bit. He said during an appearance on 93.7 The Fan Morning Show Tuesday, Russell likes to throw the ball underneath with quick, short passes. Freiermuth is extremely talented. He just has some bad luck staying healthy. If he's able to stay healthy, yeah, I could see him opening up a lot. And like we've just been, folks, I mean, I've been talking Steelers for over a year now, like at a consistent basis. It just never made any sense to me why Pat Freiermuth finished last year with 308 receiving yards. He played 12 games. I don't want to hear about the injury. Like, obviously, that derailed him. And, you know, that when he got injured was like a weird point in the Steelers offense. And the Steelers were the 5th worst passing team. They were the 4th worst offense in general. But Pat Freiermuth the year before it, 63 catches, 732 yards. Like he's the secret weapon. Secret, using air quotes here, to the Pittsburgh Steelers offense. So I know this was a ramble video, but it's July 11th. Happy birthday to my buddy Nick. That's it for today. Hit that like button, hit that sub button, and give me a confidence rating scale 1 out of 10 on the Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver / tight end / run, the Steelers offense down below next season.